Accused number 1 is arrested in Tembisa at around 1:30 on the 30th of May, 1:30 p.m. on the 30th of May 2020. There and then he's handcuffed, and the police officers make sure from then that the handcuffs are tightly squeezed around the wrists of accused number 1. At the time he is presented to Mboto at 21:45 p.m. on the 30th, he has been in those tightly squeezed handcuffs for 8 hours plus. And there's a reason why Mboto says, I loosen them up. He's a police officer. You can see these handcuffs are causing injury, harm, damage to accused number 1. So my submission is that Colonel Mboto, as a police officer, he's minimizing the injuries that he actually observed, because accused number 1 says, my hands were swollen and I was bleeding from my hands. It was not a little bit, it was not little bits of droplets of blood. And my Lord, I'm going to ask the court to take judicial notice of jurisprudence that emanates from the UN regarding the use of handcuffs as a means of torture. And literature says the prolonged use of handcuffs and other restraints is a means of torture. Accused number 1 says, in Tembisa, when I was arrested, made to lie down twice, first time, Maphumulo lifts and leverages me up with the handcuffs that are tightly squeezed. I don't have to be accused number 1 to imagine the excruciating pain when your body is only leveraged. You are lifted up with the handcuffs at your back. And that happened at Tembisa, according to accused number 1, twice, because first time, all 3 of them, the 2 gentlemen that he was with, they were made to lay down. Then they picked accused number 1 up. Who are you? I'm Muzi Sibia. I'm from Kwamatabatini. Lay him down, pick these ones up. They are not restrained. Whatever happened to them happens to them. He goes on the ground for the second time again. He's leveraged, lifted up with those handcuffs, with his hands at the back. So from there, assault and torture, in this manner, it is my submission, my Lord, begins. Now, as they testify, both accused number 1 and 2 kept on showing the respective interpreters that to this day I still have marks around my wrists. Now, if we minimize that to what Advocate Baloyi said on Friday, that the marks that were there were tantamount to a mark left by a watch, a strap of a watch. I'm wondering, my Lord, what watches are they making these days?